I thought you was a G, but you're any snake. I swear that you can't come around my estates. And I go on like say you're bad and brave, because where me come from, man, I'm moving bait. And they got the whole block ducking jakes. So if none of you, man, give me space, I'll show you about
Coolio, comport yourself. The scholars are watching.
Hello scholars, welcome back to ICT practical class. Let us begin. Today, we will be talking about styles in document production. Our learning objectives for today are 1. To understand basic text formatting. 2. To learn how to create a style. 3. To learn how to modify a style. The keywords you will come across in this class are style list, format painter, line spacing, serif font, and sans serif font. The next video talks about the basic text formatting. After the next video, Mr. Henry will take the rest of the class. See you all later.
In this video, we'll see how to work on the formatting text, like how do we change the font style, font color, or you can say as text highlight color, how to apply the change case like lowercase, uppercase, and so on. So basically, we'll be focusing on this font group in the home tab. Let us see that. So I'll start with the font and font style. So I'll just scroll down. Yeah. So I've just written some sample text. In front of that, I'll apply that kind of thing. So I've written here, this is a test for MS Word. So I want to change the font for this sentence or for this line itself. So how do I change it? So first I'll select the text here, select the text, and if I want to change the font, I'll just click on this place, and you see there are so many fonts available. I'll just move my mouse, and you see the font at the background changes. You see at the back end the font changes automatically. So I'll select this font itself. So still if you want, select the text and you can change the font here itself. Next is if you want to change the font style to bold. So same way you have to just select the text, and you can just click on this bold or press Ctrl B, so it will become as bold. Similarly, if you want to select this text itself, so I'll just select this text here. And if you want the italic, so you can press Ctrl I from a keyboard, or you can just click on this italic. So this will become as italic format. Similarly, if you want to select into it as an underline, select the text, make it as underline. There's one more benefit. If you have a mouse, what you can do is, suppose you select like this, you don't have to go to the tab every time. You see there's a toolbar, the floating toolbar. Assume this entire thing has come down here. Okay, so few portions from here and few portions from here have been combined. So either you can go and select from here, or else right now we want font color. So you can just select here as red, or if you want some from this drop down, sorry, I'll press Ctrl Z. If you want from here, you can just press Ctrl Z. Let's say font color selected, and if you want font color, I'll just click on this A and choose any font color whichever is required. So I'll select, let's say, green. So this entire text has become as green color itself. Let us see one more. I have, if I want to increase the font size of this line, how do I increase? I'll just select this text and press Control Shift greater than angle, Control Shift greater than angle from my keyboard. That is one shortcut key. Or else you can just click on this capital A on this place, and you see the size of the text increases. If you want to decrease, you just click on this smaller icon and the font size decreases. Also, you can choose from this drop down. There are so many font sizes available. You can select any one of them and you can work on that. So that is the font size. Similarly, I have, if I want to highlight the text color, how do I highlight? Select the text, and then you can go to this tab, in the font group itself, and you can select any color from here. Let's say this color. So the background color will be automatically given here. If not, if you have a mouse, you remember the toolbar which comes every now and then. The next one, if you have, there's a change case. Change case in Word is very important. What type of case you want? Lowercase, uppercase, sentence case, proper case, and so on. So I'll just first select this text entirely. I'll select this text here, and now I'll go to this place. I'll select this as case. So there are different cases available here. So if I say as uppercase, observe what will happen. All the words, alphabets will become as capital letters. So I'll just click on this uppercase. So entire text has become as uppercase. Similarly, if I select here, if I want all the lowercase, select the lowercase. And there are 5 more options here. The options are as sentence case, capitalize each word, and toggle case. Toggle case is the first alphabet of every word will become as small, and the other alphabets will become as capital. So I'll select the toggle case. You can see this toggle case. I'll select here toggle case, right? Toggle case. Okay. Selected this case, and you can click on this toggle case, and it is not working. So I can select here as the capitalize each word. So capitalize each word, what it will do is first alphabet of every word will become as capital and rest all will become as slow. So this way you can work on different types of formatting a text, which is as font color, font style, bold, italic, underline, or you can also work on highlighting text color. So I hope you have understood. That's all for this video.
Hello everyone, welcome back to class again. Don't mind Kuli and I with our little drama earlier on. He can be like that at times. Today we're going to continue the topic, document production, like he said earlier on. And we're going to be treating styles. I believe he's gone through all the learning objectives and also the keywords we're going to come across today. So my job today is to show you guys how to create your styles and how to perform various operations on the style. To do that, I'm going to make use of the source file material, and the source files will be sent to you on the Edmodo platform, so you can go ahead and download these files and also practice along with the video. By the end of this class, we'll also have a couple of quiz for you to do, so make sure you do that and submit because they're part of your class activities, and those grades will also be recorded. Secondly, we're going to be using these files for the next 2-3 classes, depending on how quick we can finish the topic. Then afterwards, there will be a test to check, just like a checklist activity, to see how well you understand the topic. Feel free to pause this video at any time in the class to probably try out 1 or 2 things. And if you feel I'm a bit too fast, feel free to pause the video. We're going to use these files to carry out the activities for today's class. I have my Microsoft Word open here. Now, of course, as usual, the first thing you want to do and what they'll usually ask you to do is to make sure you're not working in the .rtf format. So I'm going to just change this to a DOC, a document file format. It's always important to work with the file format of the software package you're using. So I'm going to save this as text2, still leave it as text2, and I'll change this to Word document. Just permit me, let me move that up a bit. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is to enter my name, center number, and candidate number. That has been taught when we went to the insert, and in the last class we talked about header and footer. So I'm going to put this in the header. Let me use the 3-column template. I'm going to put my name. I'll just make up a fictitious center number and a fictitious candidate number. I don't need that here, and I don't need that here. Okay, so I'm pretty much set up to go. Talking about styles, I'm going to come to the toolbar control here, this section. Now, if I hover any of the styles, it's going to preview it for me. First thing I did was to put my cursor just at the starting line of a paragraph. So if I hover over this style, it shows me how it's going to look like. Styles help you create consistency in your document. When I mean consistency, if you have a subheading like this, it should all carry the same style formatting. In the video you watched earlier on, it talked about text formatting. Now, the knowledge of that text formatting is what we're going to use to create our styles. We're going to apply it to our styles when we're creating them. Now, this helps us create consistency in our document. So when I have subheadings like this, I should have a consistent design or formatting. The title should be the same, the body of the text should also be the same. So in the styles, they have already pre-made styles. So if I come to the first one now, so I say it's showing me the different styles once I hover over them. Now, my goal for today is basically to teach you how to create these styles and how to modify these styles. So to do that, there are two ways to start this, and that is another beauty with Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office packages. They present you with more than one way to perform a particular task. So they are very flexible, they are very robust. So I can come here and create a style and add a title and then click modify. So that is one way to create the style. Another way to do this is to come over to the icon on the bottom right of that toolbar control and just click on it. So this is what we call our style list. It gives us a list of all the styles available here. If I come to the bottom here, I can create a new style. So it brings me to this point. Another key thing you should know that every style that is built is always based on another style. For IGCSE, you're often required to use the normal style. So whatever style you're creating, always base it on the normal style. Then you can give it the style name and then continue with the formatting. I'm going to explain this environment a little bit more when we start creating the style. To help us create the style, I have an image here that has different style specifications. Now, this style specifications is what we're going to use to create our different styles. So I'm going to open that up. I'm back to the source file, and then I have my style specification here. So I'm going to open this up to allow me use this. Pardon me, I'm going to take out the video so we can, we don't have the interference. There we go. Okay, so this is our style specification we're going to use for today's class. I'm going to create the first 3 styles. That should give you an idea of how to do it. If we have more time in the class today, then I'll create all of them. Now let's begin. Now the first thing I want to do is to make sure that the style name, I have that, then the font size. So I'm going to go back to my document. I'm going to use the first method to create the first style. So the beginning of the paragraph, I'll often advise you use the first paragraph line to do it. So it's always this good. So of course I'm basing my style on normal. I can do that here, or I can just go create style, then give it the style name. Based on our style specification is TA-title. So TA-title. Then I'm going to click modify. Now of course I have to make sure that this is based on the normal style. Then I can proceed with the other items. So if you allow me, I'm going to minimize this a bit, move it to the side so I can see what I'm doing. So the first thing I want to do is to set the font. They set a sans serif font. And I hope by this time you know the difference between the serif font and the sans serif font. For those who don't know, the serif fonts are those fonts that have pointy edges. Like for instance, I have the Times New Roman. It's an example of a serif font. It usually gives pointy edges. So if you see the preview of the text, see how the T has pointy edges. So that's how you know a serif font. A sans serif font are the ones that just have normal edges. So I'm going to use Arial for my sans serif font today. And my advice to you is when they ask you to use a serif font and a sans serif font, for serif font just use Times New Roman, for sans serif just use Arial. You can't go wrong with those two, so you don't get confused. So I'm going to go back to my hairstyle. It's sans serif 30 points, that's for the font size, and the alignment is center. Then it is bold and italic. It has a single line spacing. The spacing before is 0 and the space after is 0. So I'm going to do this one. This is 30 points. In the meantime, I'm going to show you another way you can do this. I'll just type it here. All of that, I'll just type here 30 point. Said it should be bold and italic. And the alignment should be centered. Then also it should have a paragraph line spacing of single, and the space before the paragraph should be 0, the space after should also be what? 0. So to do that, I'll come to the bottom left where it says formats, and I'll go to paragraph, then select single line spacing. The spacing before should be 0 and the spacing after should also be 0 point. So there you go, I've created my first style. Now after creating the style, you see it adds it to my style list here. So you can see it here. Now for me to create the next style, I would do normal again. This time around I'm going to use the other method. So I'll open up the style list, then click on new style. Now of course I have to base this style on normal again. Then the first thing I need to do is change the style name, which is TA subtitle. And the font style should be sans serif again, so Arial, and this is 18 points. Oh yes, I said I was going to show you another way to do it. So instead of filling all this place, I can come here and say font. So this gives me more things I can do on my font styling. So Arial, I can set this to 18 points. Then it should be, so I can do it here or I can do it here. It doesn't matter where I use. So 18 points there, and it says the alignment should be left. So the enhancement should be underlined. So I'll just select the underline style. And you can specify the underline color if you want, but I'm just going to work with this one. Then it's asking for us to do both the line spacing and the paragraph. So I'm going to close this up, come back here and select paragraph. So alignment should be left, that is done. Single line spacing before and after is 0, then I'll click OK. So this gives me my style. Now for the next one, which is the TA subhead, for the subheadings, I'm going to create new style, base it on normal again, then add the style name, which is TA subhead for subheadings, and of course the sans serif again. So I'm going to choose Arial. The font size is 18 points. The alignment is center, and it's supposed to be bold and italic, and also has a single line spacing and the point before is 0, then after is 9. So I'll go to paragraph, center the line, spacing before 0 and after is 9. So I'll click single line spacing, OK, and then OK. So you can see the more I create the styles, they are being added to my style list. Setting up the body style and also the table style are pretty much similar to what we've done so far. So the next one I'm going to do is the bullet style. So I'm going to create the TA bullet. Then I'm going to set this, of course, to be based on normal. Then the sans serif, so I'm going to use Arial. Then 14 points, we'll set this to 14 points. Then I'm going to set the bullet. Now this is the part where I want to show you. If you want to set the bullet, you come to the format, then you go to numbering. Under numbering, you choose bullet tab, and in this bullet tab, you now set the shape that was supposed to be used. So that is the check shape. So I'm going to choose that and click OK. The next thing I want to do is set the indentation for this. Now the indentation should be 2 centimeters. Okay, so I'll go to paragraph. Now it said it should be, the alignment should be to the left, then it should be 2 centimeters from the left. So 2 centimeters from the left would mean before the text. When they say 2 centimeters from the right, that means after the text. So I'm going to change this to 2 centimeters, and I'm going to leave this hanging. Of course, it's supposed to be single line spacing, and the point before and after should be 0. Okay, so after creating your styles, I'm going to show you how to apply your styles to your document. First of all, what you need to do is select the style, the text that you want to apply a style to. Like the English Premier League, for instance, this is going to be our title. So I'm going to apply the TA title style to it. Also, I'm going to have a subtitle. Something's wrong with my TA title. Let me just modify this. So this is me showing you how to edit or make changes. So I'm going to right click. The TA title is based on normal. It's supposed to be a sans serif Arial, and this is supposed to be 30 points. It's supposed to be center the line, that's gold, bold and italic, single spacing. Alright, so I have all that set up. Good. Now this is how it was supposed to look like. Now you might be asked to add a subtitle with your name. Let's say produced by, oh, I wrote by there. I hope you guys didn't see that. Okay, then my name. Now this you're supposed to apply the subtitle style. So I'm going to look for the TA subtitle. And the rest of the document, you're supposed to apply the TA body style to it. So let's assume this is the rest of the document. I have all of it here. Good. And I'll click on TA body, apply that style to it. Now we have some subheads here. So this is a subheading. This is a subheading. This is another subheading. This is another subheading. And another one. So for all the subheadings, we're supposed to apply the TA subhead style to it. So I'm going to right click on the first one and select the first one and then apply the TA subhead to it. Now there is a trick to applying the subhead or a shortcut, so you don't have to keep going back to the styles. Once you highlight the first one, click on the format painter from the clipboard control, format painter. Then I will just need to go to where the next subheading is and select it, and then it applies it. So I'll do the same thing, format painter again. So this is like a shortcut to repeat a format. So what the format painter does is, whatever style you've applied to a particular section and you want to apply that same style and formatting, text formatting, to another section, you just need to highlight the section that you want to get the format, the text format from, which is this one. Then you click on the format painter and go and apply it onto the next one. So that is what I'm doing here, and I think I've applied it to pretty much all of them. Yes, I did. Okay, there you go. So this is how you apply your styles. Of course, there's going to be a table here, which we'll do later on in another class, and some pictures. Then we can apply the table style to it. There isn't any bullet style for now, but we can create that in our next class. I'm going to give you the source file. Like I said, you'll find them posted up. Now this is going to be the homework for this week's topic. Now you are expected to submit this homework on or before the due date. Your task is to take the files that the source files that I have given you, that's this one we're using for our class activity, and you're meant to set the styles from the TA title down to the TA table. Now what I expect you to do is to submit a screenshot of your style list. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Screenshot of your style list. I'm turning on my snipping tool, and I'm going to bring my style list out and use my snipping tool and take a screenshot of it. So you're sending me a screenshot of your style list showing me all the styles that you've created. So for each of the styles created, you are going to show me this screen. So for TA body, for instance, I'm going to right click on it and say modify style. Now this method of modifying style, this is what you need to do if you are asked to edit a style. So all you do is select the style, right click and click on modify style, then you can change whatever you need to change. So in your homework, I will also need to see a screenshot of this dialog box for each of the styles that you create. So those are the deliverables, those are what you are going to submit to me for your homework. So just like this, I want screenshots like this sent to me. Alright guys, this is where we're going to end the class. It was fun having you guys around. I will see you in our next class. Bye.